The number is a not to exceed number. So we can put 8.5, we can put 9 million in there. It won't be until August the 12th that you decide technically how much debt you're gonna sell. On a non-technical basis, I really need to know a couple of weeks ahead of that. I mean, once your bids come in, if it looks like we can get by with 7.5 million, I'll need to know that a couple of weeks before August the 12th. But around August the 1st or July the 31st, we can modify that number down. Never modify it up. Of course, we don't want it so high we scare everybody either. I mean, it needs to be the reasonable number.
Realistic.
Do you have a consensus?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna do mine until I get till July. But I'll get the right numbers in.
Well, I think we should have bids before then.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, sir. You weren't real windy with this.
I was afraid someone was gonna get on me about talking to me.
Okay, item 8, amateur radio week proclamation. Whereas amateur radio operators are celebrating over the century of the miracles of the human voice broadcast over the airwaves, and whereas amateur radio has continued to provide the bridge between people, societies, and countries by creating friendships and sharing of ideas, and whereas amateur radio operators have also provided countless hours of community service for both in emergencies and in other local organizations throughout these decades. And whereas these amateur services are provided wholly uncompensated, and whereas the state of Texas also recognizes the services of amateur radios people and also provide to our many emergency response organizations, including Wilson County Office of Emergency Management, Wilson County Fire and Police Agencies, EMS, and others. And whereas these same individuals have further demonstrated their value by public assistance by providing free radio communication for local festivals, fairs, and other charitable public events. And whereas the County of Wilson recognizes and appreciates the diligence of these hands who have served as weather spotters, sky-warn programs of the National Weather Service. And whereas amateur radio once again proved its undisputed relevance in the modern world by providing emergency communications when other systems failed in the devastations of Hurricane Katrina and Rita. Tornado outbreak in Missouri, Alabama, and Oklahoma in the USA, and in the Tsumi catastrophes overseas. And whereas the ARRL is the leading organization of amateur radio in the U.S., and whereas the ARRL Amateur Radio Field Day exercise will take place on June 22nd, 23rd, is a 24-hour emergency preparedness exercise and demonstration of radio amateurs' skills and readiness to provide self-supporting communications without further infrastructure being required. Now therefore, the Commissioners Court of Wilson County does hereby officially recognize and designate June 17th through the 23rd as Amateur Radio Week in Wilson County. Commissioner comments, Commissioner White, I'll take. Item 9, Verna L. Corzell, County Auditor, discuss and take action on CIMA bill.
A few weeks ago, I brought this bill. It's insurance for the individuals that do community service, building and yard people, farming, these people. And I didn't make a decision at that time. Since then, I talked to Mr. Krusky for their insurance, and he says that we do not actually have this. We have a liability policy that covers these people. This is actually a policy that supposedly covers their medical expenses. We did not have this in the last couple of years. We used to pay for this. The premium premium's $1,300, I believe, yes, 13. I asked him what he thought, if he thought we really needed this or not, and he felt like we really didn't. So I'm going to request that we not pay this.
We need to take action or just?
Yes, please.
Motion not to pay it, be Commissioner Wiley, second Commissioner Powell, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you for researching that. Item 10, Deborah Bryant, District Clerk, implementation of a $5 fee for preservation and restoration of District Clerk records.
Thank you, Judge. I'm Sharon Scriven, Deputy for Deborah Bryant. We have a technology fund that we want to add to our civil fees, and it's $5. It's for the preservation of all of our old records. We have 150 books from 1800 forward that need to be repaired. And then we also want to get some imaging done, because we are told that in several years, everything is going to be electronic. That explains a little bit about it. What it is, it's a $5 fee that will be added to the civil case filings. Right now, the civil case filings average $237 to $262. So it would be included in that amount.
Also, nothing is included right now.
No, not for preservation and technology, no. Any of that, any of the technology that we have to be working on. And we have over 50,000 files that we need to start getting where the public can come in and view it on the computer. So that's what that is.
That's a fee that the legislature's authorized. Most, Commissioner McDonald, Commissioner Powell, all in favor?
Aye.
Yeah. Oh, I have it.
Thank you, Ms. Sharon.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, Jim.
Item 11, Leanne Hotep, EMC, Gregor Lake, Unit 6 subdivision.
Okay, this is Unit 6 of a Bragle Lake subdivision. Has been before the Development Review Committee, has given a favorable recommendation. Kevin Brown, the developer, is here if you've got any questions. It's an additional 30 lots that are being added to the subdivision.
Already been gone over and reviewed by the development, and it's a
And
favorable.
given a favorable recommendation.
Motion, Commissioner Wiley, second Commissioner Morales, all in favor?
Aye. Still have quite a bit to develop out there.
Thank you, sir.
You dropped him with these open approvals, but he wasn't there.
You were volunteered to talk about it.
And, well, they signed that, item 2 on there, review and acceptance of the letter of credit for $50,028.90. Motion, Commissioner Wiley, second Commissioner Morales, all in favor?
She won't let me have one, I'm gonna throw it on her.
Item B, utility permits, permit number 468, Southern Spring Water Supply, Blue Bonnet Lane, Precinct 4. Motion, Commissioner Wiley, second, Commissioner Morales, all in favor? Item C, temporary water line, pump oil, blue down, IH at County Road 205, Precinct 2. Information only. Any questions, comments on that? Item D, pipeline crossing, permit number 56, non-oil, sales CF number 1 at PTC tap pipeline at County Road 252, Precinct 2. Motion, Commissioner Fowle, second, Commissioner Wiley, all in favor?
Aye.
Item E, non-standard plat variance. 1 is 70 Longhorn Road, Precinct 3. Annie K. King, discuss and take action.
That was a non-standard plat request that went before the committee this last meeting on Thursday, reviewing a favorable recommendation. This is a 10-acre lot in Longhorn subdivision. That's an old subdivision, and she wanted to convey 2.25 acres to an individual who's going to be her caretaker. She's disabled, and this will ensure that she's got somebody nearby to help take care of her. All the requirements have been met.
Motion, Commissioner Morales, second, Commissioner Fowle, all in favor?
Aye.
Item 2, 3902 FM 775, Precinct 3, Gene Hackney, discuss and take action.
This is also a non-standard plat request that came before the committee Thursday, given a favorable recommendation. The property owners own a 15-acre tract on 775, and they are selling 4.5 acres. It's given a favorable recommendation. They know the 40-foot road frontage requirements must be met in its survey route.
Motion, Commissioner Morales, second, Commissioner Wiley, all in favor?
Aye.
Item F, Windmill Crossing, RV Park, discuss and take action on revised site plan.
This is a RV park that came before the committee earlier this year. Was given it came before Commissioner's Court and was approved ultimately. When they started going out there and doing the dirt work and stuff, you realize that the layout was not going to work as well, and they redid the site plan layout and basically relocated a portion of the RV sites. It's been reviewed by the engineer, didn't affect the drainage any, and the committee gave them a favorable recommendation.
And what precinct is that located? Three. Motion, Commissioner Morales, second, Commissioner Fowle, all in favor?
Aye.
Item G is discussion and recommendation from the WCDRC of Wilson to require 25-foot setbacks from the county road right-of-way for industrial and commercial developments.
Do you want to present that one, the setback one?
There's been some discussion, Judge, in the Development Review Committee regarding some of the, I guess, pad sites and such being built right on top of the county right-of-way, and difficulties that they're having with their roads and everything. I've reviewed the local government code, and the statutes allow the county, upon notice in the paper, to implement setbacks from all the county right-of-ways for any structure that's built within the county. So I guess it's before the court this morning that, yes, the county wants to consider that, at which point we can publish it in the paper, that the county's considering 25-foot setbacks on all commercial structures.
Would that include entrances?
No,
This structure.
it's just
But
the
I mean-
structure itself.
That's not considered a structure? Like some of the entrances that's built?
They have to meet the driveway.
The driveway permit,
Driveway
requirements already.
Yeah.
So that
This
should
is
cover it.
just, as far as the commercial industrial structures to back them up off of the
I
county right
understand,
of
but
way.
what I'm saying is, are we gonna make it broad that it would create another problem there? That's all I was asking.
No, I think that the driveway permits, take care of as far as the entrance and exits that they're already complying with.
And this would also apply even along state right away too, right?
Well, state already has
Yeah,
The
but I
state
mean-
already has one, but yeah, any county right of way where we have a right of way. And I think that the development review committee's discussion involved not residential, not backing residential's structures up that far. That would be difficult, just some of the industrial.
And it's like permanent structure, these guard trailers and things that this park would not.
No, that won't
No.
affect that.
And,
The main thing
The
is
pad
pad
site,
site.
The pad site.
that they build, it would affect that, which ultimately, I guess it would affect the buildings and stuff that are on there, because they have to be up against it, the pad sites.
Yeah.
These pad sites.
most of their guard shack will be at the.
That's at the
Just
gate
entrance,
entrance,
and right entrance.
Yeah.
But the biggest problem we have now, they're building their pad sites right at the edge of the county right of way. Now it's all coming out onto the easement when it rains and stuff like that.
motion.
Number five.
Commissioner White, I'll take it.
All right.
I'll get that published in the upcoming paper.
Item H, 2013 South and West Texas Patrick Temporary Aerial Survey.
This is, for information purposes, this was an email that came out from the State Operations Center, from Homeland Security. And in June, July, and August, there's going to be a infrared aerial survey being conducted in, several counties. It's not going to be done in Wilson, but it's going to be done in Karnes and Atascosa, some of the neighboring counties. And just wanted to give you all a heads up as well. There's gonna be a helicopter flying around fairly low. It's called the Hawk helicopter. It's equipped with specialized infrared camera that can image volatile organic compounds and other hydrocarbons invisible to the eye. So basically, they're going to be flying over the oil and gas facilities in the Eagle Ford Shale. And like I said, they're not gonna, Wilson County's not included in the aerial survey, but I don't know how you can see that county line from way up there. So in case you get phone calls from constituents or residents, that's gonna take place in June, July, and August. Just a heads up.
Thank you. Item 12 minutes.
Yes, I handed them out there, and I have the originals here. Be ready for their review.
Everybody reviewed it, motion, Commissioner Wiley, Commissioner Gomez, all in favor? Item 13, financial report.
Jen's not here today, she's at a conference.
So no payroll personnel change. So we'll go to item 15, bills.
I spent a little time putting in all the information that we received with in our last workshop, and I have almost everything in. I don't have everything quite in. And also I'm receiving a few additional ones. I just got a request from Debbie Bryan. Let me pull that out because she is not here today since her mother is having surgery, so she asked me to present it for her. She's asking for an increase in salary. Her clerk, Sharon Victoria Aurora, to receive an additional $300 a month, and for Paula, her chief deputy clerk, to be raised to fall in line with the other two clerks. I believe that's around $32,000. So she's requesting that. The other item I didn't get yet was Mr. Burdette. Did you have a request? He's right.
Is he here?
Yes.
Right there.
I said it
He's
to
a
the,
little fella right there in the corner.
Madam, I said it to the county judge, what you did with it, I don't.
Well, apparently there's a lack of communication.
Okay, I had one, I just happened to have a copy.
Well, good, I kind of figured you
Only
did.
one copy?
Snuck in.
Well, I thought the commissioner, the head of the commissioner.
I did state it last meeting.
He did state it. He did.
Oh, okay. I missed
All I
that.
had was the two areas that I needed some adjustments with. One was the maintenance. I'm only budgeting $100 a year, but due to the shortage of inmate labor, we had to go out to a private contractor that's in my lawn, and it's an acre and a half, and I'm getting $55. So I just wanted to increase maintenance number 057 to 500. The other item being miscellaneous, my budget number 0598, which is present $100. We have no janitorial service. And for the last 6 years I've been here, on 3 previous occasions I've had to borrow equipment and furnish the stripping and waxing and buffing of those floors there in the office. So I just wanted to increase that to $200 a year, so I would have a private janitorial service come in and clean up the shop. Marlene's getting tired.
You're not gonna use that money to buy platform shoes or anything?
No, I've already saved from the county clerk.
You'd like to let them?
And that's only 2 areas. And of course, to be sure our clerks are adequately, that's all right.
And the other, I have not, Annie was scheduled to come back today, the tax assessor collector, but I've not seen her yet, so I've not actually received her budget. But I am aware that her auto department, they have said that the state has requested that they increase their personnel in the auto department, that they're a little short in that respect. So I'm imagining, of course, like I said, I haven't gotten anything officially from Annie yet, but I am expecting her to ask for a couple of new employees in the auto department. And also we're trying to get some work done where she can have another station, where she can put another computer station so that she can have just renewals. And we've been trying to get someone to give us an idea on how much that would cost, and I've not really had a whole lot of luck on that yet.
You haven't come back?
No, I've not seen anybody giving me any numbers. She wants to kind of cut a hole in the wall where that little cubicle thing is.
I know you came and looked at it.
And then also, Leanne has given me some information on holding these
Collection units.
mhm. And I need to sit down with you and kind of get a little clearer on what type of numbers we're looking at for that. So I've not included a lot of things in here, there's still a lot of things out there up in the air. But I did go ahead and kind of pop everything in, with everything that's been requested. And I will be the first to say it's probably a low estimate because I have not gone back in and done increase for insurances on a lot of accounts. So right now we're looking at, if everybody gets everything they want, we're looking at about a $1.4 million increase over last year. Okay. Of course, the majority of that is salaries in the sheriff's department. Of course, when we increase salaries, it also increases the retirement and the Social Security. You know, there's a lot other than just the dollar amount for the salary that increases. So that's where we are right now. I did, finally, I was having some problems getting my computer to print this out, and thankfully Kristen figured it out and got it to us. I don't have a copy for each and every one of you, but if any of y'all, while you're at your conference, would like to take some interesting reading material with you, and stop by the office and grab one.
Sure, I'll take one.
Totally stack of reading material.
Well, you know, it's always good to have something to do when you're in the back of the room, keep you awake.
When it gets boring.
Anything else?
Well, yes, also, there's been some conversation about the possibility of doing a budget committee that would have kind of like we do our insurance committee, having a few people get together at smaller workshops and discuss things. And
I think the law requires that you and myself sit down and work that out.
okay,
That's the county judge is chief financial officer of the
Okay.
county. Then we can present it to the board.
okay.
Anything else?
Oh, this part of the budget works out good. Or this even right time, but Leanne, do you know if we can apply for that grant that's out there on the Eagle Ford Sheriff, the road? I know Orange and DeWitt County,
I haven't heard anything on,
there was a big
Grant
article in
itself.
yesterday's paper too.
They approved it?
No, it's through
It's from through the state, and we have to apply for it.
You have to go through text
You have to go to the next
Like
night.
through TxDOT, and TxDOT will be manage it. But we
did
have
they
to
give
apply
us a
for
point
it.
of contact at TxDOT,
And we just a big article in the paper about it yesterday with Cornins and.
in the Sunday paper? The,
And just-
That's something we need to jump on.
Well, that's what I'm saying, we,
The early bird might get the
yeah,
road money.
and I think you gotta put 20% up front. You know, you, the county, whatever you, but you can be inclined or anything else.
Well, that would be, we have to put 20% up, is what you're saying? Well, that would be from the standpoint of some of the money that we addressed earlier. That would be a great way to, if that's available, that we deal with it.
But I know it's over the Eagle Ford Sheriff, the counties, and like I say, whoever gets on it first.
Anytime you, if you have a chance to get 80% free money, so to speak,
Exactly.
when we have the road needs we need to jump on it.
I don't know if we wanna get our grant, the lady, you know, does our grant writing, get them on it, or do it
let me
in.
see what I can find out about it. I'll go to the office and see what I can find out, what the,
Wasn't that something that went through the legislature that they directed TxDOT to
To
make
maintain the
grant
whole
funds
one.
available to the Eagle Ford counties and they have all the counties?
are they
I
actually
read that
calling it
bill.
a grant?
Yeah, it's a grant,
It's a
it's an
grant.
actual grant.
And yeah, we probably will need to do it.
That's what I was thinking.
On the market, not county roads.
County road.
County roads on the grant.
Yes, on the grant.
Off-road bridges.
Yeah, it's similar to that program.
I got the, you know, truck bill article, if you want.
Probably gonna have to
Get it from,
provide some sort of documentation about
You do.
damage and so forth.
Yeah.
To put on my road.
Anything else? We're adjourned.
Yes.
Second.